talked about putting your papers on the drying rack. Now, in the morning when I come in and there's stacks of them, getting them off. So every student's paper, when they are at their table, they use a colored crown to write their name. So if they sit at purple table, they use a purple crown. Pink, pink, red, red, yellow, yellow. You do have to be careful of the yellow. Some papers you can't see it, but usually I can kind of see it. So as I put them on, they are staying with their table, putting it on the drying rack. So if they all sit at yellow, I will have all of yellow table on one rack. So as I pull them off the drying rack, I can see what color they use to write their name, and then I can easily grab those in a group and put them in their table folder. So as I pull them off, I kind of stack, and then every day of the week, I have a box that looks like this. So usually when they come off the drying rack, I automatically just grab them, unless I have a lot of extra time, and I throw them in the slots. There are 3 slots. Again, this is K through 3rd because my 4th and 5th I do it much differently. So I have 3 slots. I have 2nd grade is my first group I see, and then I have 3rd and kindergarten in the middle slot, and then 1st grade's in the back. So once I get them off the drying rack, I throw them in here, and then when I have time, I can take them and easily organize them because of the color of the name. I have folders that match the color tables, and these are just, again, 12 by 18 construction paper I have folded. Some of them I have laminated, so they have stayed over the years, and these are the way that I organize the group's work. By table. So I would just grab the students that I see that are together. I see the 2 kids that are at the green table, kind of straighten them out. And then I will take the green folder, put their artwork in the green folder, and then I have the stack of these already ready for when the kids come in. So I'm gonna go ahead and sort these real quick. Okay, so now once I have them sorted, I keep them in order by the tables that I have in my room, and then I stick them back in this section. Now I do pull out any artwork that the kids did not complete, so that way when I pull this folder out, I'll see that this student needs to be put off to the side, usually at my table, to finish the artwork as the other kids are working. So I usually put those in the front so I can see how many students I have to catch up. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if there's 4 or less, it's very easy to catch them up. If there's a class that had multiple absences, like I've had one this week that had 8, I'm not catching 8 students up. It's just too much work. And usually, thankfully, it was at the end of the project, so that was fine. So I will do that for the rest of the classes. This box will be sitting on my table, ready to go. And again, getting the artwork back to the carts. That's what this is for. Remember the paint mats are right here. This one is the artwork folder. So they're lined up, they're in order. I'll just run through my tables and drop off, and obviously this is blue table, the folder that matches in that slot back there. And they know, again, table jobs, if you watch that video, table jobs is one is the folder holder. They pull the folder out, they check the names, and they pass out the art for the kids that are at their table that day. Again, if they're absent, they leave it in the folder, so that way I have it ready when the kids come in and I know who was absent. So that is getting the artwork off onto their table folders, knowing who was absent, who needs to make up the artwork, and then getting that distributed to the tables before they enter. And the good thing is, as classes are in here, I'll pick up the folders, put it back in this container, and then put the next group out, and they know not to touch it. I've never had another group pick up the artwork. But again, these are, I believe, they're called picture book classroom library bins with dividers. So the really good stuff is where they came from. There's a group of, I believe, 3, 4, 6 of them. So I have 7 classes. I got 6 of these, so on day 2 class, I only have 1 class, so I just stick day 2 in the back of day 1. But I have found this to be the best way to organize my classes' artwork, kind of see where they're at, because I can easily glance right here and see they've done the background, they need to do the foreground, they've painted the outline, they need to add color. If I have it in my notes, I can just easily give a visual of what we are doing that day. And then it's organized and ready to go, so I can switch classes very quickly. So again, these are the organizers I use for my daily artwork, days 1 through 7.